Good evening, and welcome back to Let's Play Total War Shogun 2 Rise of the Samurai. Currently, Norioki is attacking the province of Ise, owned by the Kitabatake, our traitorous vassals, well, ex-vassals now. Fortunately for us, their defensive force didn't arrive in time, so our army, which consists of a few Naginata levy, but primarily the high-ranking Naginata attendants, which have been around for quite a bit of the game now, with their enhanced combat statistics, and a few scraped up bow units, so it's a bit of a mismatch, bow warrior monks and bow levy. But on the other side, the opponent we're fighting is simply a captain in charge of some Naginata some Naginata levy garrison and two bow levy garrisons. So we have more than enough ranged firepower to get the job done, in addition to enough brute force to get the job done. We have the numbers, we have the quality, and there really shouldn't be too much getting in the way of us exacting some good old-fashioned anti-traitorous justice. These guys are definitely going to feel the pointy end of our Naginata, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Not to mention, there are 4 provinces left before we win this game, so we need to take this one, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem looking at this. So, given that we have a powerful ranged advantage, I'm going to move my monks up and my levy, and just try to skirmish a little bit at the start. Now here's a nice example of why these defensive positions are actually really good. If you look here, you can see I don't have anything remotely approaching line of sight, and that's why I'm just edging my guys forward bit by bit, because I'm trying to find the angle where I have line of sight, and I simply don't have it because they've pulled so far back behind the crest of the hill here that there's just nowhere I can really get a bow shot on them, which is particularly clever of them, really. And something you can definitely take advantage of is to try to use the terrain to your advantage. Certainly, it's less useful against bows because of the arced bow fire, but when we get to Shogun 2 and later Fall of the Samurai, where we're using guns, then the terrain becomes critically important because even very small variations in the terrain can cause blocked line of sight, which can dramatically reduce the effectiveness of your units. So the cautious general and the observant general can eke even more of an advantage out of the landscape. As you can see, only a couple of these guys are actually firing. The front rank here, and maybe 1 or 2, and a few over here, because these are the only guys that actually have line of sight. So even though it will say the unit is firing, you're not really getting very many arrow shots. One thing people notice about Shogun 2 is they tell a ranged unit to shoot, and it starts moving, and you think that it's already well in range. But when you give a shoot order, the computer will position the unit so that it is every man can fire at it. So if you've only got half the unit shooting or whatever, and you say, shoot that unit, I want you to shoot that unit, it will often wheel the unit out of position. So it's important to know that that's going to happen. And as you can see, they're doing some return fire, but really there's not much of anything. So instead, it's time for our charge. Now we send the levy in just to soak up the front arrows with our attendants coming in on the side. Now the attendants have a nice ability, rapid advance, which you'll find I will pop in just a second. There it is, and that basically makes them run at double speed. I mean, look at those guys go, they're booking it. And it's fantastic. You can use it to catch cavalry that are not expecting the extra burst of speed, or to flank units, or even to escape if necessary. Now, as you can see, it's a real meat fight in here. Got a lot of men fighting, and we're just going for push of numbers, and, well, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. They're all wavering, their morale's quite low, more and more men are coming in. I'm just bringing the bodyguard up, so Norioki can get a few flaming arrow shots, and that's it. The Kitabatake are done. Their rebellion is finished, and they are firmly back in our Taira hands. Well, that's one less person that will ever fuck with the Taira again. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you had a great time.